Alright, so this is going to be another video about World of Warcraft, but this one is going to be a wish list. What I would want for World of Warcraft is stuff that, in my opinion, would help the game a lot, and I think that a lot of people will probably share this idea, but um, I know that a lot of people are a little bit hesitant to, ask for things, for instance, in Classic WoW, they don't want specific things changed. That's why it's my wish list, and I think that in the end, it would actually be better for the game. But we'll start with retail. In retail, WoW, I think that they need to have more engaging and fun world content. World quests kind of suck. Daily quests in general in World of Warcraft have kind of been in a bad place for a while, and they don't really feel rewarding enough for me to really want to do them. They're just kind of grinds to an end. They're not fun to do. Everybody kind of hates them. It's not something that you wake up and you're like, oh, you know what I want to do today? I want to do my world quests. No one says that. Um, I would like for them to have a more consistent patch cycle instead of it being, 7, 8, 9 months per patch. Why not have it where they say that they're going to patch the game every 3 months, and they might not be big patches, but they're going to be quality of life patches. They're going to change things like Torghast to be more interesting or more fun or better instead of it being such a long slog um, for so long. And then that kind of leads me into the next thing, which is more community interaction and listening to the players' feedback, because they don't really, I mean, they've been a little bit better recently, but they haven't been truly listening to the player feedback, because if they did, Torghast wouldn't be in the place that it is. And a lot of people would agree that the anima system and conduits and everything also wouldn't be the way that they are now. Um, Another thing that's missing in World of Warcraft that used to be in the game, a la Legion. Legion was like really good at this, is class individuality and class quests. They made it feel good to be a specific class, and it felt like you were a certain class. You got rewards for your class, for playing your class, and it felt really good. I don't know why they stopped doing it, but they really should bring something like that back. Um, and yeah, I mean, I think everybody can agree on that. They need to pretty much just get rid of the borrowed power systems in the game. They didn't really belong even in Legion. The artifacts were really cool, right? But they are the reason that Azerite power existed. They're the reason that in Shadowlands we have so many weird systems that are not going to continue on in World of Warcraft. We're not going to have the Shadowland conduits in the next expansion. It's not going to happen. Zero chance. Same thing with Covenants. It's not going to matter. So why even put them in the game in the first place? If you're going to spend this time to develop it, why would you get rid of it in the next expansion? It boggles my mind. Okay. And the next thing, make reputations better and more interesting. This kind of goes with the world content, because if you made it so by doing dailies, and they were actually fun, you could also have better rewards, and people would actually want to go and get them. Um, for instance, like a great example would be Pandaria and the Serpents, the mounts, and they were so cool looking. They were unique, and you can get them from reputation grinds or the Netherwing Drakes in TBC. Those kind of grinds are what people like, or even the Winter Spring Frost Saber. It's such a cool thing to have because you know that someone put in the time to get it. And why not have things like that? If people are willing to put the time in, why why not? I mean, a little bit of that is in Shadowlands, but they make the game itself so dull and boring to play at this point that it isn't really something that people want to go do. And then the last thing is make professions more impactful. And I know that in Shadowlands they did make the craftable legendaries, and that is a good step, but it's also, in my opinion, the wrong step. I think that there should be a definite step back from raid gear being so much better than everything else in the game. I think that crafted gear should have a place. And for some people that have, hundreds of thousands of gold, you can buy the best crafted gear now, and it will be pretty okay. but why not make it so that there are definitive professions that actually give you bonuses, and make it more interesting to do, right? So like in Vanilla WoW, you have um, the Arcanite bars, and you have the Shaman's daily cooldown where they can transmute Arcanite and stuff like that. Make it so everything is kind of interconnected like it used to be. And that would be a great system. It was a great system, and they kind of got rid of it. And they're trying to bring it back, and I'm glad that they are. That was my retail WoW wish list. My classic WoW wish list is a little bit shorter, but I think these are also equally important. Make fresh TBC Classic servers, or vanilla servers, or rolling servers. Start one in vanilla, give it a lifespan of like 9 months, like it's a quicken server, and then you go on to TBC, give that 9 months, and then you do Wrath Lich King, and then whenever it's done, that server is finished, right? Because honestly, I think that would be something people would like. Maybe not. A lot of people don't like to have their characters eventually just kind of be done. But look at Path of Exile and other games that have a ladder system or a season system, and you'll see that it doesn't really make that big of a difference for a lot of people. If you could play Classic WoW for 9 months and then know that your character's going on to TBC with everybody else, and then Wrath Lich King, and it was a fresh server every single time, that would be massive. I'm just saying that that would be a super popular thing. The other thing that is going to be a lot more contentious, I think, is that Classic Plus content, where they expand on the original game and change it in the spirit of Classic, but only for specific servers, okay? So this is important. For the people that don't want to have a changed Classic experience, you need to have the servers available to them. Like the current servers that exist, don't touch those, right? But this would be when you had a fresh TBC Classic or whatever server, and you say, this server is going to have Classic Plus content, where we're going to have new raids, new dungeons, new quests, new everything, in the spirit of Classic. And it would be great if they would take it as something that they could experiment with and maybe balance the game, maybe even add like new talents and things like that. Do something new with the old recipe of Classic. And then obviously the last one, which I think is one of the most important ones, is ban the botters and gold sellers and the buyers and make it so you have GMs in the game. Having GMs in the game, paying them and having them actually do support things would make the experience of World of Warcraft Classic so much better. I can remember when I played, 15 years ago, 14 years ago, whenever I started, I was at the very beginning of TBC. I had like 3 or 4 interactions with the GM, and they were all super pleasant. They were actually helpful. I felt like Blizzard had the best support in the world because I could message someone in the game and they could fix my problem. So nice. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have any other suggestions, not off the top of my head anyway. And I really, really, really believe that if they did these things, World of Warcraft would be in an amazing spot. Um, Obviously, right now, it's not going to happen. They're kind of struggling, but in the future, I hope that they're able to get it together a little bit and bring World of Warcraft back around for a renaissance, Because World of Warcraft, as much as a lot of people love to hate on it, it's still a game. It's still a really good game that people played for years. It's just in a really bad spot right now. And at some point, you have to look at it and be like, okay, why is that and how can we change it? How can we tell Blizzard what we want in a way that's constructive and not destructive? And that's what I try to do here. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, please like the video. And if you want to see more videos like this one, please subscribe. And yeah, if you have any suggestions of your own, please leave them in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.